All right, nobody tell Hero, but I snuck up on him. I snuck up on him, guys. The shirtless man is here. Look at him. What is that? Look at this. Look at this ugly mug he's got going on here. I think he's AFK right now. What's going on, everybody? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. We are almost done the ranged... Oh, there he is. We are almost done the ranged DPS tier list. I'm going to get that going soon. I have to finish up with both Warlocks. Like, I've done Destro already. We're going to do Demo today. And then we've got Aflock. Oh, he's doing his dance. Oh, my God. Hold on. I got to tell him. I'm making... I can't even talk. I'm making a vid. So, we have to do Demolock today. We're going to do Aflock tomorrow. And then we have to finish up with Boomkin, and I'm done. And then I'm going to do my ranged DPS tier list. That'll be coming soon, hopefully like Monday or Tuesday. Okay? So what are we doing today? We're talking about Demolock, of course. I want to get into the class tree in a second and into the spec tree. If I want to give you like a TLDR about this build, this is a Mythic Plus build. I'm at level 70. I'm in the beta. I'm wearing Season 1 tier set gear. You know, item levels almost around 400. That's kind of what we're looking at right there. This build in particular has a lot to do with your Felguard. This is the extra Felguard you can get, but your main Felguard summon, this Crimshack dude, and of course Demonic Tyrant. So we'll get to the build in a second, but that's the crux of it, is those two guys just slapping a whole bunch of damage, okay? I'll get to the class tree first. Is there anything else I wanted to say here? Oh, I'll talk about that in a minute. I do have some footage for you from our dungeon that we did last night. That's going to be good. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first and foremost, the class tree. Let me make sure I just get the highlights out that I want to get out. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. Oh my goodness, this slide. There we go. We fixed it. So I don't want to spend too much time on this because I'm going to talk about it, 3 times basically with each Warlock video, and I don't want you guys to just sit here forever on the class tree. But I'm going to do some highlights. Number 1, Burning Rush is here, and this bonus to Burning Rush, Fiendish Stride, is insane. It reduces the damage dealt by Burning Rush to you by 50%. So then Burning Rush also increases your movement speed. But it just means that you can like press Burning Rush and not feel bad about it. It barely takes my health away. So like if you really, you're punished less for using it, which is a wonderful little quality of life. The top row is all about your utility. You have Demonic Circle, which is your teleport. I always forget to use this really effectively. Like I'm actually dog shit at using this. But it's very, very important that you have that. And then you can teleport back to it, right? Of course, every 30 seconds. Very, very good mobility. Of course, I have Demonic Gate. Always there as well. And on the top of the tree, you're getting all the Soul Leech buffs that you could ever want. You get Fell Armor and Demon Skin. So you just get a crazy, crazy amount of Soul Leech going on. That, of course, makes Warlock one of the tankiest specs in the game. Certainly, probably the tankiest range spec, I would argue. Just like pound for pound, how much straight HPS you have. You have more stamina because of over here, Demonic Embrace, and also just the amount of self-sustain you have between Soul Leech and then, of course, Drain Life, which you can get bonuses to Drain Life, like Accrued Vitality and Desperate Pact. You can kind of do whatever you want there. So on top of that, there's more healing that comes through Dark Pact, which has additionally been buffed. Over here, you can take Dark Pact, only sacrifices 5% of your current health for the same shield value. I think the base amount is 50%. Maybe it's not 50%. Is it 25%? Let's just take this for a second, then I can look at it. I think it's 25%. Can't remember. We're going to look right now. 20% of your current health. So you can sacrifice 20% of your current health to get a 200% of the sacrifice shield, or you can sacrifice 5% of your health to get the same shield value. So again, it's exactly like Burning Rush, where you don't have to sacrifice very much to get the bonus that you're looking for. It's actually insane how big these shields can get. How much is Dark Pact? Dark Pact's a 142k shield. 142k. It's half my health. Like, it's insane how good that is. Actually crazy. So, anyway, that's really good. Burning Rush is good. The mobility's good. The health is good. The healing's good. It's all there. In the bottom row, there's not a whole lot of, like, it's mostly utility. It's kind of similar to the Shaman tree, where you don't have a lot of damage in the bottom, but you do have things like Soul Burn, which I'm not using right now, but you can use it. I think Kalamazi was using it in all of his videos. This is a very good cooldown. I'm just not very good at using it yet because I'm not a main Warlock player.
I took Grimoire of Synergy, so damage done by your demon has a chance to grant the other one 10%, so you're giving each other damage. And then Soul Conduit. Every soul shard you spend has a 10% chance to be refunded. I did finish up with Summon Soul Keeper. I think that Inquisitor's Gaze is just terrible. I think that summoning Soul Keeper is the way to go. However, it doesn't do a ton of damage unless you have a lot of AoE. I think in the course of my dungeon run, it ended up being 3% of my damage maybe or something, which is actually fantastic to get out of the class tree. So you can kind of pick whichever one you want to pick down here, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, okay? Let's talk about the spec side. Let's talk about the actual build. One thing I do want to say really quickly is that there's a couple of quality of life things. Remember to resummon your pet when you go into Mythic Plus. So you have to summon your main pet over here. Once you put the key in and the countdown timer starts, you have to resummon your pet, which is really, really annoying. However, you do have Fell Domination over here, which allows you to very quickly summon your pet. So if you do have an issue with that, you can just do Fell Domination. Very, very good. Yeah. A couple of things I didn't do super well in the video, which I'll get to in a minute. Let's talk about the spec tree first. So this build, again, focuses a lot on Demonic Tyrant down at the bottom. We take all that stuff with the old Wilfred's Legendary, okay? And then we're looking at Felguard. So Felguard does this ability called Fell Storm, and it does a lot of damage. And let me just show you my damage that I was just trying on the dummies here. Look how much damage my Felguard did. So Fell Storm did 18% on its own. And then we've got his Legion Strike did almost 7%, okay? Then we've got 3.3, so 6.7 plus 3.3 is 10%. Okay, that's 10% of our damage there. Then he did 2.5, 2.5 basically, so another 5%, so 15%, plus 2 is 17% of our damage, plus 18. 17 plus 18 is what, 36? 35? 35% of our damage was just our Felguard boy right here. Our main summon, Crimshank, he's doing 35% of our damage. So a lot of that is wrapped up in the talent trees. So Demonic Strength makes your Felguard, when he's going to use his Fellstorm, it'll do 400% increased damage. And then Fellstorm deals more damage. And then Fell Sunder, sorry, the cooldown of Fellstorm is here as well. And then Fell Sunder, each time Fellstorm deals damage, it increases the damage the target takes from you and your pets by up to 5%. So it's kind of all about that big Fellstorm cooldown. You get into an AoE pack and you just pop that sucker and he starts slapping damage, okay? The other part of the build, as normal, is just your regular rotation, which just involves Hand of Gul'dan when you've got 3 soul shards. And then when you have 2 soul shards, you want to press Dreadstalker. And then you're waiting for Demon Bolt to become free. The biggest passive for Demonology is, of course, Demonic Core. When your wild imps expend all their energy or are imploded, you have a 10% chance to absorb their life essence, giving you Demonic Core. With Dreadstalkers fade away, you get Demonic Core for sure. Demonic Core reduces the cast time of Demon Bolt by 100%, and it stacks up to 4 times. So you're going to take this talent over here as well, right underneath Implosion, which says the chance of receiving a Demonic Core from Wild Imps is increased. So this is really important. So whenever you have your Dreadstalkers, whenever your Dreadstalkers fade, you get Demonic Core, and then your Imps always have a chance to be giving you Demonic Core. Demonic Core makes Demon Bolt instant cast, which is good because it's almost a 4-second cast time. This generates 2 Soul Shards. This is your main source of Soul Shard generation, and it will really make the rotation feel very, very good. I think in the dungeon footage I have to show you, actually, Demonic Core was completely bugged because I wasn't getting procs on it very much at all. So I'll talk about that when I get to the video. But let me show you a gameplay demonstration. Let's actually look at it here because those are most of the talents that I want to show you. I am going to give you a copy of the talent tree in the video description down below. Don't worry about that. You can grab that as soon as the video is done. The rest of it is just buffing Dreadstalkers here and there. I'm not taking Demonic Calling, which is fine. This is actually the exact build I think that Kalamazi was running, you know, the Warlock guy, in one of his videos. So this is I just kind of copied his build and went with it, and I found that it worked really well. So just take these talents here. Again, most of it's about Felguard, and then you have Demonic Tyrant at the bottom. We do have Wilfred, so we're cooling down our Demonic Tyrant all the time, and our Demonic Tyrant does also summon Soul Shards. So here's the basic rotation, and just keep in mind, guys, I am not a Warlock main, certainly not a Demonology main at all, and I'm not very good at this. So you guys who are like Warlock mains, let me know in the comments down below what I'm doing wrong here, but the general idea is that you want to get all your pets out, and then you want to summon your Demonic Tyrant. So get as many imps out as you can, get your extra Felguard out, get your doggos out, and then summon your Demonic Tyrant, because he extends the duration of all your pets, which is going to increase your damage dramatically. And then whenever you're at about 8 imps or so, I would say you should launch your Implosion. As soon as you get to like 8 imps or more, I would be firing off Implosion every single time, because again, it has a chance to proc Demonic Core for you, which is going to keep the rotation rolling. So let's see the gameplay here. We're going to start out with a Hand of Gul'dan because we have 3 soul shards. Actually, no. I think I should go Dreadstalkers first. Get it on cooldown. I think it's Dreadstalkers first, okay? So we're going to go Dreadstalkers, and then I'm going to throw my Soul Strike out there because that'll get my pet going. So here we go. Dreadstalkers, there we go. We're going to do a Shadow Bolt. It starts off a little bit slow. I'm going to press my ability there. There we go. So my Fel Guard is doing all my damage right now. We're going to do one more Hand of Gul'dan into my summon Fel Guard. We got a Demonic Core proc there. Then we're going to summon our Demonic Tyrant. Okay. I'm not sure if he actually got my Dreadstalkers in there. Probably not, but that's okay. Then we just go ham wild here. We're going crazy. And you can see we're basically doing 70k sustained damage. We're going to do Implosion here. There goes my imps. I got Demonic Core for my imps. That's perfect. That's what we're looking for. We're building up our imps once again. We're almost at... There we go. We're going to do Implosion again. One thing I should have said is that when your Demonic Tyrant is up, he increases the damage of all your pets. So you want to save your Implosion for at the very, very end of your Demonic Tyrant's duration. Once you get to the very end, before your Demonic Tyrant gets unsummoned, you want to press Implosion again to get the maximum amount of damage out of those imps. Does that make sense? So wait till your Demonic Tyrant is almost done, done his buff, and he's about to expire. Then you want to launch a big Implosion there. Try to build up as many imps as you can beforehand. Okay. Demonic Tyrant is coming back. We're going to hold our Demonic Strength combo because then it's going to make us do more damage. So we're going to summon more imps. We're going to wait till our Dreadstalkers come off cooldown, and then we're going to summon them. Here we go. Dreadstalkers into Demonic Tyrant again. Here we go. This is okay. Big damage here. Now we're going to do our big ability, Demonic Strength. So our Fel Guard's doing his spin, which is crazy amounts of damage. You can see our damage climbing here. Big Implosion here in a second. One more Hand of Gul'dan, then I'm going to implode right before my Tyrant runs out. My Tyrant's going to run out right now. There, he's gone. So that's how you kind of want to do that combo. As far as I understand, you want to try and launch that Implosion at the very end of the Demonic Tyrant's cast. Does that make sense? So you can see, once again, Fellstorm, insane amounts of damage from our Fel Guard. And most of that is because you want to make sure you're pressing your big... oh, sorry, not this one. Those are the same icon. Your Demonic Strength cooldown, make sure it's inside of the Demonic Tyrant window. Really, really important that you do that, okay? Dreadstalkers doing tons of damage, Implosion doing damage. It's all there, guys. But really, you can see all the extra little bonuses from our Crim Shack guy. 24% of our damage right there. Another 7. That's 31%. And then we've got 33%. 35%. Once again, he's done about 35% of our damage, okay? That's just insane how much damage he ends up doing. So when your Demonic Tyrant's up, of course, he ends up doing a little bit of damage himself. Where is he on here? He's down here, Demon Soul, but really it's him buffing the rest of your demons and also buffing things like your Implosion damage. At the very, very end of that Demonic Tyrant cast, you want to make sure you're getting an Implosion in there. So that's the basic rotation as I understand it. You want to make sure you're getting as many imps out as you can. Cast Dreadstalkers on cooldown. You're always fishing for Demonic Core procs as much as you can so you can fire off those instant Demon Bolts. And then try to get your Fel Guard up. Try to have your Dreadstalkers up and have as many imps out as you can before you press Demonic Tyrant. Okay? Then at the very end of your Demonic Tyrant buff, you want to press Implosion, for sure. The rest of the time, your Implosion, you should just cast it when you get to like 8 imps or more, in my opinion. And let me know what you guys think about that. Maybe there's a different number that I should be looking at in terms of the Implosion, like when I should be pressing Implosion. I'm not entirely sure about that, so bear with me there. Okay, let's get into the video review. And let's look at this. So here's the first kind of pack that we ran into in the Algathar Academy. I got stunned there because I forgot to... Actually, I don't know. We had 2 lightning debuffs at the end there. I couldn't get rid of my debuff. Kind of sad. So you can see I've got 12 imps up right now, and unfortunately the tank is like taking his sweet time. This is one sort of issue, minor issue with Demolock. Oh, look at that Implosion. Wasn't that disgusting? Wasn't that even crazy? In between packs, if you really want to keep the pace up for your Demolock friend, because otherwise his imps are going to run out. Watch this Implosion. I just launched it at this main guy. Look at them go. Boom, 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 boom. Watch the damage. Boom, 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 boom. We just did like 300k. Almost 300k with one implosion. That is the power of this thing. Holy shit, this thing feels so good. Okay, I just pressed my Felguard. Look at my damage right now. I pressed my big empowered Felguard ability. He's spinning right now on everybody. 180k DPS, guys. And this is me. Like, I'm not even that good. You know that. I'm not really that good. I have my Demonic Tyrant out now. He's buffing all my damage. I don't think I pressed Implosion nearly enough times here. I should have pressed it right now, and I failed to, so I was definitely messing this up. Like, I could have been doing well over 200k DPS on this pull, but you know me. This is, you know, I'm just kind of learning it. So you guys could do much better, I'm sure. Oh, that coffee's good. So yeah, this was just the opening pack. We did, you know, over 100k, but we could have done probably 200k when the mobs were right up there. Here's another AoE coming up here. I'll just back up a little bit so we can get the opener for it. So again, I have Implosion ready to go, and I have my Demonic Tyrant's Fellstorm, big Fellstorm ready to go. So I'm gonna build up a couple shards here, and then I pop Fellstorm right away. Look at Fellstorm damage. I'm almost doing 100k just with that. I don't even think I pressed Implosion. Yeah, I pressed it right there. Look at the Implosion go up. 130k. It's so easy to just get your damage out, it feels like. Dreadstalkers do AoE damage as well. I mean, this is just... I think of the 3 Warlock specs, I'm pretty sure that this one's the easiest to kind of pull off. I'm not saying that, like, the min-maxing of this, like, certainly, as with any spec, there's a lot of nuance into the little nitty-gritty min-maxing that you can do, and everybody's going to understand that once they start to master the spec. But just from, like, a brand-new player's perspective, this is, I think, quite an easy spec to kind of pick up. It doesn't have a lot of complicated buttons. It's very kind of clear what you should be doing. You want to get all your pets out before you summon Demonic Tyrant. Before Demonic Tyrant ends, you want to press all your big DPS buttons so that they're inside the Demonic Tyrant window and they do extra damage. So it's kind of simple, clear cut. That's what you should be doing. So, yeah, I hope that that's sort of clear. I'm not saying that it's actually like super easy to pull up, but I think it's easier than like Affliction Warlock. For sure, it's easier than Affliction Warlock, right? So, yeah, that's great. I mean, that's a good thing to have in a spec. The ability for it to just be kind of easy. So here the ranged, the enemies are kind of all spread out, which is unfortunate. It means our Implosion just doesn't do as much damage. I do end up chucking an Implosion at one of these imps here, I think, or lashers. You can see it go off right there. So this is kind of tough. When you have big spread AoE like this, not a good situation for us. One thing that I absolutely love about having the Felguard, I just hit him right here. See, he's got that little axe toss icon above his head. You can press axe toss as the Felguard. It's a 4-second stun on a 30-second cooldown. It's just like the warrior single target stun. And it is so incredibly strong. Like, watch my damage here. Watch this, watch this. Look at that damage. How much damage? 3.42 million to 3.8 million. That just did like 600k to 4 million. It almost did like 600k. 400 to 600k implosion right there, by the way. But Axe Toss is really, really great because it's off the global cooldown. You can press Axe Toss while you're pressing your regular abilities, and it doesn't matter. Like, it won't stop your regular abilities from casting because your Felguard is his own guy. He's his own little dude, right? So, really, really cool stuff there. I really like that. So that's that boss fight. Let's move forward. What do I want to get to here? There's my notes. Let me move them over here. Let's go to 5405. This is a good example of, like, this is the bird boss. So this is a pretty good example of some single target damage that I could be doing. I've got Tyrant out now. You can see the single target damage kind of ramps up for Demo. You don't start off doing crazy amounts of damage, but you will start to ramp into damage, as most of the Warlock specs do, especially once Demonic Tyrant's out there. I'm almost at 30k here. We're doing orbs. There's actually quite a few instant cast abilities for Demo Lock, like your Felguard stuff, basically. And then if you get a proc on your imps, that'll be instant cast as well. So one thing I do very terribly in this fight is manage my mobility. So you can see the fire starts raining down onto the platform. I don't use my mobility very well. Things like my gate, things like my demonic circle teleport, like I just didn't use those. I use Burning Rush here to keep running away from the fire, but I should just set down. Sorry guys, there's a subscriber. I need to just set down my teleporter and teleport to it. So I do have Demonic Gate here, but I don't want to. I basically have it off into the. It's going off into the abyss somewhere. But anyway, this is something I need to work on for sure. Something I'm not very good at with Warlock. Using my mobility in fights like this would increase my damage like quite a bit. So that's something to remember for you guys when you're doing this build as well. Let's go to 5710. A little bit more AOE here, and then we'll get to the final boss soon. Yeah. I'll just show you this last AoE pack here before we get to the final boss. It's really cool to see that like your damage is pretty consistent. Like I'll be doing about 60k here, and then when I launch my implosion, it just does so much damage. I'm doing like 60k. I got 8 imps or so. When do I press implosion? I think right here. Right here. So I'm doing 66k DPS. I'm about to launch implosion, and it goes up to 87k, 90k. Like it's just so insane how that works. Like, I just did 30k more DPS because I launched my implosion and did a couple of, I was just like, holy crap, the damage is absolutely incredibly strong. It's incredibly strong. Let me go to 107 here. So, let me just do a little conclusion here, a little review. This is the last AoE pack that I'm gonna touch here. There goes my Dreadstalkers. I got my Demonic Tyrant out once again. Boom. Get my I'm doing Hand of Gul'dan into an implosion. There's implosions going right now. I'm doing 50k DPS. Here comes implosion. We're doing 65k. Like that's just what happens. I think I do another implosion. 81k. I don't even have my Felguard's ability. My Felguard's ability is up now. Watch my damage now. 93, 97, 98, 100k because of the Felguard. The Felguard's Bladestorm thingy is just absolutely disgusting how much damage it does. So, really, really good stuff. I love the AoE damage on Demolock. So here's the final boss here. Let's, I'll just do a little summary of everything right here. On the class side of things, Warlock, Demolock's no different. All Warlocks just have this amazing toolkit now. It feels like Burning Rush in particular is an amazing ability that you can use now and not feel too worried about losing a lot of health because you take less damage from Fiendish Stride. You have your mobility from Demonic Circle and Gate, and you have Burning Rush as well to get you out of situations. You still have tons of extra stamina and extra healing from your Soul Leech, from Drain Life. You've got Dark Pack giving you a shield that's worth half of your entire health bar. I pop it right here. Look, I popped Dark Pack right there. That breath did literally 0 damage to me because I popped Dark Pack. It's so insane, guys. You have really good CC in the form of Shadow Fury, and you've got your Axe Toss from your single target from your Felguard. So on the class side of things, absolutely insane Warlock toolkit as usual. I think I popped my Demonic Teleport here. Oh no, I took the gate back. On the spec side of things, this build is all about your Felguard and his big AoE ability on a 1-minute cooldown. It's very simple to use, and it's also about Demonic Tyrant. Remember, get your Imps out, get your Dreadstalkers out, get your extra Felguard out from Grimoire, and then build up some Imps if you want to, and then get your Demonic Tyrant out there, and he's going to help all your other damage. He's going to make all your other pets do tons and tons of damage. At the very end of your Demonic Tyrant cast, you want to hit that implosion to be doing probably 200k DPS in most circumstances. So I was really impressed with Demolock. It seems easy to play. It's a lot of fun, and the numbers are really huge. So let me know what you guys think in those comments down below about Demolock. Have you played it a lot? Are you if you're a Demolock main, I would love to hear from you as well. Let me know some of the things that I could have done better in this video. But this is looking very, very good for Dragonflight in Season 1. I think it's going to be a fantastic fit for anybody who's looking to play some Warlock. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.